Hi guys, this is Michelle Nicolaisen with Bombshell.com, and today I'm reviewing Teambox. It's a full-fledged project management tool. It's really flexible. It's really interesting for a lot of different reasons, which I'm going to go over. So first I'm going to hit what I think are really its strong points, and then I'll go over some of the things that I think could be improved on. So first off, it really has one of the nicer user interfaces out of like a full-fledged project management tool. A lot of them are really blah, and I think this is the only one I've seen where you can actually change your background. So you can see I've got it set to this like black fabric looking background, but you can change it to wood, several different kinds of wood. That you've got all these different options. I wish there were more options and maybe more colorful options. But you know me, I'm a big aesthetics geek. So there's that. It does have a nice calendar view too with the tasks laid out on it. So that's a nice visual way to look at it. And you can filter that by project there. It integrates with Google, and this integrates with Google Calendar, which is surprisingly hard to find. I don't even think Basecamp does that. You can see all tasks across all projects right here. And you'll also notice that up here there's easy quick add buttons for a conversation and a task. So you can add a task from anywhere in Teambox to any project and to any task list. One of the things that I really like, sorry, I was looking at my notes. One of the things that I really like is that because of the way it's set up, there's the ability to get super, super granular with the way everything works. So like you can look at it, they don't just have it set up with projects and then tasks like a lot of things have. It's organizations and then projects and task lists within those projects, right? So I feel like this is really, really useful for people who are running service-based businesses because it gives you a really easy way to separate out the work that's on your business versus the work that you're doing for clients, which you can do with projects. But when I think of projects, so for example, in a lot of other project management tools, instead of having a project for Bombshell and then a project for, and then a list for ads and referrals and speaking and writing, you just end up having a project for each of these to separate them out and to keep these things from overlapping. And then like there's no really easy way to see at a glance what work you're doing on your business versus what work you're doing like for clients. So I really like that there's that extra level of organization. And then when you get to the project level, there's tasks and you can create task lists and you can view the tasks in columns like this. And when you do that, you can drag and drop them, or you can view them on a list. And you can drag and drop there too. And then, just that's how you mark something complete. It changes it to resolve. One of the things, it does integrate with Google Docs, but I feel like the integration is a little clunky. There's not really a way to add, this is the notes, not Google Docs, but there's not really an easy way to add Google Docs, or if there is, I'm missing it from here. Like what I had to do to get this document on guest post to show up in here is attach it to a task. I attached it to this one right here. And I feel like that could probably be streamlined a little more and made so that you can easily view that document like from the interface inside of Teambox, which as far as I know, there isn't one. And I've seen that on a couple of other things, so that would be really useful functionality to have. There's also, clearly this is hard for me to test out as a solo reviewer, but there's a group chat and the conversation features, and those are an easy way to kind of eliminate email and make it so that conversations with a particular task, with a particular project, or with a particular organization are all in one spot without having to sort through the clusterfuck that is your email inbox. And I think that covers everything that I feel it does really well. So there's a lot of stuff that I feel like it does really, really well. As far as like weaker points or things that I'm not necessarily a fan of, the way the payment structure is set up is a little different than what I've seen, and it could get really pricey. So you can see there's, for each organization, there's a free level, and then there's a level over that. And the free level, to be fair, the free level does have a lot of stuff. There's 5 projects in the free level of each organization, a gigabyte of storage, and 5 users, which is what you would need to handle most things that weren't like incredibly complicated. And when you upgrade, it goes to, if you're paying annually for 1 to 5 users, it's $20 a month. If you're paying monthly, it's $25 a month. Did I just say 20? 20 versus 25. And so if you're doing that, the main thing that you would be getting if you had like 1 to 5 users would be unlimited projects, unlimited file storage, Dropbox integration to sync the files, and you get priority support. So if you're doing that, if you wind up upgrading every single organization that you have, then you could easily get into several $100s a month. But I'm not sure, depending on what you're doing, if you don't necessarily need to have that many users or that many projects for each organization, it wouldn't be necessary, and you might wind up with just like 1 or 2 organizations upgraded, which would put it in like the $25 to $50 a month range, which is really pretty reasonable for 1 to 5 users. I do wish, I mentioned this before, but I do wish that they had more, customizable user interface. Like, I wish that they had more backgrounds. I mean, that's clearly not a deal breaker, but it would be nice. And I mentioned the Google Docs integration. I feel like that's a little bit clunky. It's not terrible, but it's not as smooth as it could be. One of the big ones is that it doesn't have any recurring tasks right now. I did look, and they said that the team says that they're planning on having that added by the end of the month. So within the next, if they do that on time, within the next month to month and a half, into the year. So if they do that on time within the next year, month to month and a half, man, I can't get my time frames right. So that's coming fairly soon, but I feel like that's kind of a huge omission. They do have task list templates, so for recurring tasks, you could feasibly set something up on, like a monthly task list template, and then just start a new task list and do that. So I think that covers everything. I really feel like Teambox has a lot of features that are not necessarily common, even though they should be, and I really like it overall, despite the little quibbles I have. So that was my review of Teambox, which you can find at teambox.com. And if you want to find more video reviews, you can check me out at www.bombshell.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.